What up, peeps? So it is Melanie, and I'm just coming to you today with a video, and hopefully this video will not be too long, but I do have a lot to talk about in this video. So many of you may not know, but those of you who might follow me on Instagram, just so happen to follow me on Instagram, might know that I did indeed get a new job. I'm now a Hooters girl. And so, since I posted the pictures on Instagram, like, people have been asking me how exactly I got hired at Hooters and what it's like. So I'm just going to give you the whole breakdown of how it happened, why it happened, and my experience thus far. So, I actually applied at Hooters, about 2.5 weeks ago. I left my job at Outback Steakhouse for various reasons, but one specific reason. But I left my job there, and I was just like, okay, what am I going to do? So I started applying for jobs, and no sooner had I left the job that I got calls from like 5 different places asking me for an interview. So I was like, okay, cool. So, I'm at the mall one day, and I'm just like, let me call up Hooters and see if they're hiring, because it seems like a really fun place to work. So I call them up, and it's 3:30, about 3:30. So I'm just like, hey, are you guys hiring? They're like, we're always accepting applications. Come in between the hours of 1 and 4. So I look at my clock, and I was about to go home. I was at my car in the parking garage, and I'm just like, it's 3:45. I can walk around the corner, because like where the mall is downtown and where Hooters is literally right around the corner. Like, Hooters is right behind the mall. So I leave the garage, go downstairs to the mall, jet around the corner to Hooters, and I go in there like out of breath. I'm like, I was the person on the phone. I just called. I was wondering if I could get an application. Now this time I actually had like makeup on for some reason. I was at the mall. I don't know why I had makeup on, but I was like dressed, but I had Marley twists in my hair. This is when I had those Marley twists in my hair. So they were like, yeah, let me get you an application. The girls were really nice and everything. That's one thing about my Hooters. The girls are really nice there. But they came back and got me an application. I filled out the application with my own pen. It's very important to come with your own pen, because I know my manager looks at that. So after I finished filling out the application, they asked me, the manager came out, asked me if I was willing to stay for an interview. And it was your pretty basic standard interview. They did ask, however, why you wanted to work at Hooters, of course. Did you know of anyone who would feel, will probably object to you working at Hooters, and how do you feel about the uniform? Because as you know, the uniform is made up of this very tight Lyrica tank top, and I don't have on the shorts right now. Orange shorts, and the sizing at Hooters, like, these are the shorts. So the sizing at Hooters goes extra, extra, extra small, extra, extra small, extra small, small, and the occasional medium. So I was just like, it's fine. Like, I was a cheerleader. We wore less clothes than that. And plus, you're wearing tights, you're wearing socks, you're wearing sneakers. Like, it's nothing really. So after the interview, he told me to come back on the following Tuesday to try on the uniform and everything. So the following Tuesday, I came back, and I had, and he also mentioned that I could not have like the braids and everything in my hair, but I told him I was going to take them out anyway, which I was. But the following Tuesday, I came back, and I had my braids down, and my hair it wasn't this hair, it was my curly hair, but I had it like straightened out and curled and everything. I had some nice makeup on, because they always want you to look photo shoot ready. At Hooters, you're required to wear makeup, you're required to wear your hair down and styled. You can only have 2 stud earrings in your ear, no hoops. You can only have either clear polish or French manicure. No necklaces, no rings except for engagement rings and wedding rings. No facial jewelry. No visible tattoos. And I believe that's it. But I came in, and I had my makeup done, and I had my hair done. And he had told me to bring some pantyhose, some socks, and some sneakers. So I bought all of that, and I went into the bathroom. He gave me a uniform. He told me to try it on. So I tried on the uniform, and the first uniform was too big. The bottoms were. So he gave me a smaller size, and he had me try those on in a fit, and he had me take a picture of myself. And then he told me to come um, to call him when I got my, when apparently that meant I was hired. So basically he told me to call him when I went and bought my sneakers, which they give you a coupon for Skechers. They're regular like $69.99, but Hooter Girls get them for $39.99 at Shoe Carnival. Or you can get the cheaper version at Payless for $27.99, which is what I did. He told me to call when I got those. So I didn't get those until like Friday, but when I called on Friday, the manager wasn't there. So I called on Saturday, like during a non-busy time. And he told me to come in on Monday so I could fill out all my paperwork, basically orientation. So I went Monday for orientation, and when I tell y'all, it was a book of paperwork. It was literally like 30 pages worth of papers. So I'm like basically signing my life over to Hooters. Like it's like non-harassment policies, like doctors policies, like Hooters does not play about harassment. Like if you feel like you're getting harassed by anybody, not just a customer, if you feel like you're getting harassed by an employee, you will tell somebody and they will get taken care of immediately. So at that time, I was filling out the papers, and he was giving me the rundown of, Hooters, how you're not allowed to wear the uniform outside of work just for safety purposes for the girls and everything. And how you're supposed to keep your appearance up, how you need to like try to maintain some kind of exercise and good diet regimen to keep your appearance up. And then the moment of truth, I got my uniforms. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but my Hooters does not give black uniforms. The only people who wear black uniforms are the bartenders, and I was kind of upset about that. But I got two pairs of orange shorts, and I got two tank tops. And I was to come back that Friday. He asked me if I wanted to do promo on Friday, and I was like, sure, that's money that I could be making. And he also asked me if I wanted to food run on Sunday. I was like, okay. So I hadn't trained or anything. So I just walked in there on Friday, and all the girls were like, is there anything I can help you with? I was like, yeah, I'm here for promo. Because last Friday was Hooter's 30th birthday. So they needed people to like sign in, like ex-Hooter girls, cooks, and manager and everything. So basically I got paid $8.50 an hour with a free meal to sit there and check in people and take pictures. So, promo was pretty easy. So that was my first day that I didn't actually train. Sunday, I food ran, and I was there literally for 8 hours. I was there from 10 o'clock in the morning until like 6:30 at night because it was a football game. When I tell you we opened at 10 o'clock, there were people there at 9:40 sitting down eating. We had a rush at 10:15. We were cooled out at like 1 o'clock when the game was about to start. Right after the game ended, we won. You see a sea of blue Colts jerseys just walking towards our restaurant because it's right around the corner from the stadium. It's right around the corner from Lucas Oil. So right after the game ended, we got hella busy again, but it was cool because, the thing about Hooters is it's not like really an uptight type of place. It's really chill, like everyone's really approachable, really relatable. So during that little time where we were watching the game and everything, everybody, all the Hooter girls were just sitting down, talking to each other, like joking around with each other. We would take turns eating and everything, having conversations with each other. It was all pretty chill. And if you guys have not had Hooters crab legs, they're amazing. Shameless plug. But yeah, that was Sunday. I basically food ran, and since I hadn't been in training, I hadn't learned the tables yet. So that was a good opportunity for me to learn the tables because I was going to start training on Monday, this past Monday, which was, I don't know the date, but whatever. Today is Friday, October the 11th. So whatever the Monday was that just passed, I was started training on that day. So Monday was my first day of training, and I got there early. I was the first person there besides like the cooks and the managers and everything. I was the first Hooter girl though. Because I had to find parking downtown. So I changed it to my uniform, and my trainer got there, and we did Jumpstart, which is basically telling us what we needed to do for the day, checking our appearance, all that good stuff. And I basically followed her around, and I took my tables test, which I passed with flying colors because of food running the day before. Helped me tremendously with that. And I also took my hazard test, like my hazardous chemicals test, which I passed with a 100%. So basically I just shadowed her around, which was really easy for me because I've served before. So if you've served before, Hooters is like that, except like when you get to your table, you introduce yourself and you write your name on the napkin so they know who you are. And they are like at Hooters, you know, you're encouraged to like sit down and talk to your customers and everything. You show genuine interest in them. So that's really easy for me because I'm like kind of like a people person. So it's easy for me to, you know, talk to people. And I've met a few regulars and they came, excuse me, they came back today and I actually talked to them and they remember who I was. So that's a good thing. So if I'm ever there and none of the other people are there, they can sit with me and we can have a nice conversation and not be awkward. But that was basically all I did on Monday. I just sat, or not sat, I took my test and I followed her around and she showed me how to use the computer and everything. Which the computer, it did take me a little second to figure that thing out, but I got it now. So my next training day was Wednesday, which is today's 11th, Wednesday was the 9th. I basically went in and I took my appetizers test and I shadowed my my trainer again, and this time she let me take a couple tables and ring, and she let me do like most of the computer work, which was ringing in the orders. And what did I eat the first day? The first day I ate them Cajun wings. I don't like the Cajun sauce. I don't know, it's something about the taste. It tastes like pork rinds to me. So yeah, I don't like the Cajun sauce. When I worked on Friday's promo, I ate the Daytona wings, and those are thebomb.com. If y'all don't know what our Daytona wings are, they are our like battered chicken wings. They're in a like a sauce, the Daytona beach sauce. They're started out in the fryer, they put them in the sauce, and then they caramelize them on the grill, and they're so good. Like they take a little bit longer because they're doing like a double cooking or whatever, but they're so worth the wait. The second day I had those crab legs, and it's a full pound of crab legs, so you get plenty of claws and the crab legs, and then they put the seasoning on top, and it's so good. Oh my god, because you get the seasoning on your fingers from the shell, and and then I had some fried pickles on Monday, and those were really, really good. Wednesday, what did I have Wednesday? Wednesday, I had the buffalo shrimp, and I had that in the habanero barbecue sauce, and I had some onion rings, and that was really, really good. When you're in training, you get free food. So that's a perk of training, just in case you guys didn't know. But, okay, today was my third day of training, and I have one more day of training, and I'm waiting for my schedule to come, and I am wanting to work all of next weekend because we have the Broncos game and the return of Peyton Manning. We have some concert going on. We have some convention going on, which means in my eyes, all I see is signs. All I see is dollar signs, like for real. But today, what did I do? My trainer was kind of sick, so I mainly studied and took my bar test, and then studied and took my menu test. And I helped food run a little bit, and I did a little bit of computer work. But basically, she said I have everything now. Since I've served before, I don't really need any help. I just needed to know like the menu and everything that like how we do things and how we set up the tables and everything. So that was basically today. And today I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and y'all, let me tell you, that thing was the bomb. But I can only eat half of it, so I brought the other half home. I don't know how it's going to taste after I heat it up. But, yeah, that is basically it. I'm still waiting on my schedule to come out so I can see what days I work next week. It's supposed to come out today. I'm up here looking at my email because it's supposed to come out today, but it hasn't came out yet. And I'm wondering when the helicopter is going to come out. But, yeah, that is basically how I got hired at Hooters and my first few days at Hooters, my experience. So far, everyone's really nice. Everyone gets along really well. It's an equal mix of blacks and whites there. So a lot of people think black girls would not work at Hooters. We actually do. And everyone's like a big old Hooties family there. So, I'm thinking about starting a Hooters vlogging like on my weekly experience of Hooters, and you know, answering questions for any girls who would ever want to consider being a Hooters girl and how to get hired, tips to getting hired. you know, tips of working, serving, and everything. So if you guys would want to see that, thumbs up. And if you have any questions about Hooties, please let me know and I will be glad to answer them. I am Orange Pride for life now. I am a Hooters girl for life. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can direct them below. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and hit subscribe if you would love to see more videos like this from me, because I am really thinking about doing weekly vlogs on Fridays about Hooties. So that is all that I have for you today, guys. That is all I have to say about my Hooters experience thus far. I have been working there for exactly 7 days now. So, and I got hired about 14 days ago. So that is basically it, and I will see you in the next video, and I will talk to you guys later.